We're talking about the late New York City mayor, Ed Koch, who passed away this week at the age of 88. He was a larger-than-life figure. Prior to being mayor, he was a longtime congressman for an area that included Greenwich Village, as well as the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And prior to that, he actually served our country honorably in World War II overseas and stayed on afterwards in Germany. Since his parents had been Eastern European immigrants, he apparently spoke enough German that he was able to assist the United States government in installing new non-Nazi officials in the new provisional government in Germany. Fascinating figure. David, it's such an interesting point you make about the tact issue, but there was one issue where Ed Koch, it's still unclear whether he was speaking truthfully. Obviously, this is a man who spoke his mind. He was a lifelong bachelor, and there was speculation, including when he ran for mayor and for the first time in the late 70s, as to whether he was gay. In the Democratic primary running against Mario Cuomo, who later became governor of the state of New York, there were signs held by Cuomo supporters that said, "Vote for Cuomo, not the homo." And obviously, you know, people can have a laugh about that, but I think that Ed Koch will get the last laugh, because Ed Koch always said, it doesn't matter whether I'm gay or I'm straight, it's nobody's business but my own. And whether we know about that or not, here was his parting message. He always had the last laugh, and he saved a message for Mario Cuomo until the very end. Here's what he had to say.
So fixated on the deficit.
Actually, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues with that sound element there, but he saved it till the very end. In a New York Times interview that he insisted to be held until after his death, he said, he knows that I know that when I see him, I'm thinking, you prick. and this was Ed Koch, people. This was him having the last say. Now, Andrew Sullivan, obviously an HIV positive, in many cases a gay rights activist on the conservative side, has said that it's a shame that Ed Koch wasn't more forthright, that he suspects that he probably was gay, that he didn't come out about it. My thinking is that it doesn't matter, and if someone from Ed Koch's past wants to come forward, that's fine. Apparently, he did not do enough to address the AIDS epidemic in New York, which was sweeping the gay community in the 80s, and there was some feeling that, for instance, when he posed with a woman during his original mayoral campaign, that he was self-conscious or sensitive about this issue, and that's one of the reasons that he also didn't act enough on AIDS. We'll let history be the judge of that. Rest in peace, Ed Koch, mayor of New York for life. Coming up next on Take Action News, David Shuster is back in the host chair. Keep watching us on TakeActionNews.com this lovely Saturday, February 2nd. We got a lot on our plates coming up next after this break.